Andypants is gay, retarded, and a grifter. Let's nitpick his top 25 based games. Before we continue, take a shot every time he said based. Don't, you'll die. Or take a shot every time he mentions a console port of a game.
Version is perfect and can be played on PS5 and
play it on
Series X.
Series X.
So the game isn't on PS5. The game is available on
Revolution
PS4,
Series X,
PS5,
Xbox
Xbox
One,
One,
and
and
divided
PC,
from the
and also the
PS4 era.
PS3. I think a game is based when it rejects woke homo politics. A game is based when it is pro-masculinity and pro-femininity. A game is based when it has positive views about things like Christianity, religion, nationalism, and the military.
Spoilers, Bayonetta and DMC aren't on the list. Or hell, Dante's Inferno, literally. And that game is more Christian than his shooter list. Oh, my mistake. He's also a military fag. Just so you know, if you serve the military or are Christian, you're not the problem. It's the people sucking off the military and or are Christ cucks. And although I do agree, expecting someone to play every game is dumb. However, I do expect you to have some games to be diverse in genre, and not just the majority to be shooter games. Like you mentioned Mega Man, but didn't include it. Oh, my mistake again. It's because it wasn't Christian enough, so it didn't fit in his list. Damn.
Number 22, Tom Clancy's The Division. 2016 was a time when Ubisoft actually put in the effort to make their games gorgeous. All of the cosmetics in the game look realistic, and almost nothing in the game is goofy.
How does a 2016 game make modern games look bad? I don't know, maybe because it isn't in-game, it's just a PNG you took. Here's a better image for you. And another one. Or hell, your footage right now. Perhaps it's from the console, but looks mid as fuck, even for 2016 standards. Calling you a fake gamer is a stretch, but I can safely say you're full of shit.
Number 21, Batman Arkham City. Isn't it depressing that this studio's most recent game was Suicide Squad? What makes this game so based is it's telling an authentic masculine Batman story where he is a total badass, saving Gotham, and there's all these hot temptresses constantly trying to distract him. Also, from a gameplay standpoint, I think Arkham City changed melee fighting games forever and is still the benchmark for this sort of thing. Arkham Asylum felt maybe too small. Arkham Knight, the Batmobile gets boring quick, but Arkham City had that perfect mixture of amazing story, great gameplay, and Batman just cruising around the city, smashing villains' heads into air conditioners.
That's it? The Batman section is less than a minute, and that's all you have to say? You're not gonna talk about the cool gadgets, cool level design, or even story-wise? No, let's just regurgitate the same opinion people have. Oh, Arkham Knight, bad. Batmobile, too boring. Minus the fact that the combat is objectively faster and more responsive than Arkham City. Like, I'm starting to think Arkham City is more overrated the more people praise it. I get it, it's good, but come on.
Number 17, The Saboteur. Did you guys know all it takes is a few edgy Zoomer YouTubers to convince quite a few people that the Nazis were the good guys? Guys, it's cringe. Hitler invaded 20 countries unprovoked. The dude wanted to exterminate all the non-white people. World War II was not about saving the Jews. It was about saving the 390 million people who lived in Europe in 1940. While I do agree that the Nazis are too often the punching bag in every modern story and movie, and many of the things that they were fighting for were admirable,
the Nazis were admirable. Please define what do you mean by being admirable, or else I'm just going to think you don't know the word and you're just being stupid. Also, do keep in mind in the Splinter Cell section.
Number 15, Gears of War. Why do you think they keep remastering and re-releasing the first 3 Gears games? Because it's the only ones that the fans liked. I honestly think they need to bring Cliffy B back, pay the dude $10 million and tell him to make more Gears games.
Isn't Cliff Bleszinski the same dude who made Lawbreakers and a cancelled Fortnite knockoff called Radical Heights? I'm not trying to discredit his achievements. However, from what I've read, he was let go for a reason.
Number 10, The God of War Trilogy.
So wait, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, and Ascensions don't count. Again, I'm aware you can't play every game, but you must have known them while doing your research for these games to exist, you know? Also, just to realize something, slight spoilers.
Type this into AI. Does Kratos grow as a character during the first 3 God of War games? And the answer comes back, nope. I read this cringy line somewhere. He's no longer just the God of War, he's the God of growth. Are you kidding me? See, what a lot of people loved about Kratos is just how completely unhinged and rage-filled he is in the first 3 games, and this rage to destroy his enemies never goes away. Do I recommend being this way in real life? No, but it can be fun to be that in a character in a video game. I would say I'm torn on it. Yes, in my personal life, I want to grow as a person and follow Jesus and be a Christian. But what I do on a TV screen isn't real life, it's a video game, and sometimes it's fun to be a rage-filled psychopath in a video game. I guess what I'm saying is video games don't have to be this sort of narcissistic projection about what's going on in your life. That video games can just be like a fun thing that you do, you know?
So God of War is in this list because it's fun to play as a bloodthirsty psychopath. Wow, way to mischaracterize Kratos. He doesn't kill gods just for lulz. It's a Greek tragedy. So at its lowest point, or out of desperation, he waged his life to Ares so he can become the greatest warrior, in which he accidentally kills his family when he was fully enraged. In Chains of Olympus, the only moment he meets his family, he was forced to leave, prompting a literal QTE section pushing his daughter aside. Again, the fact that you oversimplified God of War referring as Kino Edge or psychopath main character tells me you either never played God of War because you're an Xbox fag, or you need to mention it because it somehow fits your retarded list. I know, your videos, your rules. Doesn't stop me from nitpicking it.
Number 8, Splinter Cell. I put this game higher up than Metal Gear Solid because it is nationalistic and pro-military, meaning that it is more based than Metal Gear.
So Splinter Cell is nationalistic and pro-military. You want to know who also were pro-nationalistic and pro-military? I'm just saying, poor choice of words, my guy.
Number 7, Halo. Now, I understand that Halo is a metaphor, but what is indisputable here is that the Covenant were meant to symbolize radical Islamic fundamentalism, and Master Chief and the UNSC were meant to symbolize America. So in a very real way, Halo is about the war in the Middle East. I'm sorry, it just is.
Source, trust me, bro. And if that's true, then please tell me what the flood is based on.
The 5th most based game of all time, Doom. There is possibly no character more based than the Doom guy. According to his creators, he is canonically Catholic.
Source, trust me, bro. Also, Andy, I know you have a family, but for peeps' sake, can you find better images on the internet? Bam, look how hard it was for me to find these images. Then again, you spend time on consoles, so I consider you disabled by default.
Half-Life 2. Despite this game being one of the most influential first-person games of all time, it has woke elements, and they're clearly mocking people on the right.
Okay, Andy, I have a request for you. If you ever run out of ideas or want to make something different that isn't regurgitating the same points, no, seriously, if you watch one of his videos, you pretty much watch all of them. I can't think of someone who frequently mentions Deborah Wilson other than Andy himself. But regardless, my request is for you to make a dedicated video on why Half-Life 2 is woke and make it in detailed. Don't bitch out and make it surface level, like a faggot. Now the other reason why I made this video. Andy is a rage-baiting attention whore. In one of the cases, he tagged a female bodybuilder, Kitty Bit, calling her a hobgoblin, thinking it's a dude, and calling other who defend her trannies, gay, and then 3 hours ago doubles down by making a second post calling people low testosterone. I don't like to age shaming, but for a 30-year-old man who's also married, he is very immature, which unironically, the Smiley Friends clip fits him perfectly.
Dude, what the f***? Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
It also would take 5 seconds of your time to look her up because Andy tagged her, and soon realize, no, she's both looks and sounds like a woman.
Hey y'all, thanks for working out with me, and welcome to day 1 of endurance leveling. As a enjoyer of lifting the heavy thing, I rarely train for endurance, but I like to lift for practical strength.
If Andy was smart, who still continues rage baiting and accused her of juicing her body, i.e. using steroids, it most likely would have been less controversial. He still would have been ratioed because of his reputation, but it would most likely create a discourse of if Kitty Bit does use steroids or not. I'm not accusing her of doing it. I don't have the evidence to back those claims. Other than she looks more muscular than most women. But who gives a fuck about that? We need to read people roasting his face. Before you ask, no, he wasn't doxxed. He did show his face, and people were very open about it. Let me tell you that. Starting with the initiator. I know you ain't talking, you Timu Billy Butcher. Andy was like, damn, I look good. Lamau with your beady eyes and big ass ears and nasty ass beard, quote unquote, and hair. You look like a disgusting dead rat that's being rude to rats. You wouldn't be the one to grow it out because you look feminine without it. You can see how not fit you are by how swollen and doughy your face is. You look like you don't fucking wash. Your beard looks musty as hell. Lamau, do you not know how to fucking groom yourself? You look homeless, Lamau. You look like a fetus infused with a walrus. You look like a DSP and troll doll had sex and failed to abort it. We can tell you have two chins under your poorly managed beard. I would say you look homeless, but you're clearly too fat for that. To top it off, what we can see of your face is totally cropped. The other post is pretty boring. He called James Gunn's Superman as woke trash, only for him to be like, I never called it woke. In conclusion, even though ultimately he gets the attention I'm giving in this video, at least you miss nothing if you want to revisit his channel. Anyways, have a nice day, night.